Tuesday, July 25th at 8 p.m., the discussion continues on the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill.
That amendment seeks to, inter alia, remove from the law the spousal exemption from prosecution for the rape of their spouses.
This is not to take away anything. All it is making it equal on both sides.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, a strong odor emanating from the industrial area on Grand Bahama leaving residents concerned. Also, a business establishment becoming a nuisance in Bimini, and one community leader is calling for intervention. And a traffic accident on the island of Abaco claiming the life of a 37-year-old man. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the Salvation Army here on Grand Bahama honoring chartered accountant Maitland Cates as a life member after serving almost 3 decades on the board. The Salvation Army's presence on Grand Bahama Island has been instrumental in providing aid during times of crisis and offering essential services to those in need. Our Aja Quant was at the luncheon and has more in this report.
Many members of the business community gathering at the Salvation Army for the recognition of Maitland Cates, a prominent figure not only for his exceptional financial expertise as a chartered accountant, but also for his unwavering commitment to making a positive difference in his community. The Salvation Army now recognizing Cates as a lifetime member for his dedication, serving almost 3 decades on the board.
I didn't come on the board to get that, I came to work. But it's a great honour, and I have to thank the Major and Mrs. Major.
Growing up in Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Cates reminisces on his first encounter with the Salvation Army through Major Campbell as a young boy. Witnessing the organization's compassionate work and selfless dedication to helping those in need left a profound impact on Cates, shaping his values and aspirations for years to come.
He's a great man. He lived in Palmetto Point where they built the first church, and he'd go the length of Eleuthera on his bicycle in the hot sun. And he'd always stop at our house for water, and my mother would feed him. So that was my first contact.
The Salvation Army came to Grand Bahama in 1985 and has been a beacon of hope and support, providing spiritual and physical well-being for residents on the island. Major Hendrik Sumter speaking to Cates' dedication and commitment.
Maitland Cates has given exceptional service to the board and to the Salvation Army here in Grand Bahama, and we appreciate all what he does. The benefits is that he is not up for re-election. The nominating committee does not need to review to see if he is welcome back on the board. He does have a vote, and he remains a life member until he no longer wishes to be one.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
Thanks, Aja. Heading now into news from Bimini. Police on that northern island are investigating a shooting incident that has left a 40-year-old of Baileytown, Bimini, with serious injuries. Preliminary reports revealed that it was shortly before 1 a.m. this morning when officers attached to the Alistown police station received information that a male was standing alone on the outside of a business establishment situated in Baileytown, where he heard the sounds of gunshots and later discovered that he had been shot in the right thigh. The victim was transported to Bimini Community Clinic, where he was examined by the local doctor who listed him in stable condition. He is expected to be airlifted to New Providence for further medical attention. Investigations continue. Now tonight, Bimini resident and religious leader Apostle Gilbert Rolls Sr. is speaking out on the local bar that has allegedly been the center of a lot of incidences and criminality, including the recent shooting that left a resident of Bailey Town with serious injuries, as previously reported. Our Jolanda Thompson joins us live with these concerns tonight. Jolanda?
Well, Romiko, residents we spoke to today say for their quiet community, the mountain incidents at a local bar is quickly becoming a problem. Community leader Apostle Gilbert Rolls Sr. says that it is time for authorities to step in as the bar has become too disruptive to Porgy Bay residents.
Looks like they didn't have no kind of, the lateness being late, and the music is so loud, it's going straight through the communities, and the people can't even sleep.
He says that authorities have been notified a number of times asking for the business closure.
It seems like that's where all the young people are hanging out. It isn't nothing much there. It's only, as far as I like to say, it's only liquor, and that's basically it. It's just people just hang out. They just hang out there, but it ain't nothing so spectacular why people hang out there other than the alcohol. So that, and then, when you start drinking alcohol, it leads to anything. Anything could happen.
When asked what should be done to rectify the situation, Apostle says if the business is not forced to close, then it must be relocated.
My perspective is, I think Bimini is too small for so much different bars and stuff. Anyhow, the reality is I would like for him to either move it somewhere else, because right there, particularly when I was in Bimini, so many people complained to me, you all need to call somebody, man, because there's so much noise, and all night they're rah, 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 making all the noise and stuff like that. And so the best thing is to find someplace else where it is not as populated and crowded, and they can have something somewhere else.
Now, Romiko, we spoke with ACP BK Bonamy, officer in charge of the Northern Bahamas, who made it clear that he is aware of the two major incidents that took place at this particular spot, one which involved police officers and the recent shooting that left a man hospitalized this morning. The North Top Cop says he plans to visit the island of Bimini, speak with the owner of this establishment, and hold a town hall meeting with residents to determine the way forward. Live in studio, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest. Back to you at the desk, Romiko.
Thanks so much, Jolanda. Well, some tragic news coming out of Abaco. Police on that northern island are investigating a traffic accident that occurred on Saturday, July 22nd, 2023, which claimed the life of a 37-year-old male from Murphytown, Abaco. Preliminary reports revealed that sometime around 9:25 p.m., police received information that a white 2014 flatbed truck driven by an adult male from Dundastown, Abaco, was traveling west alongside S.C. Boodle Highway when the male driver of a Dodge Dakota truck from Murphytown, Abaco, who was also traveling west, lost control and collided into the rear of the flatbed truck. The driver of the Dodge Dakota truck received severe injuries. The local medical doctor was summoned to the location and attended to the victim, but found no signs of life. Investigations continue. Meantime, police officials on the island of Grand Bahama continue investigations on a body recently discovered near a clinic in the Freeport area in Pioneers Way. The badly decomposed body was reportedly decapitated. However, according to police officials, foul play at this point is not suspected.
The police are investigating that matter as we speak. And I can say that he is not being officially identified as yet. However, sometime during this week, we will have a confirmation on his identity. Also, the police are awaiting the outcome of the autopsy, and once that is done, we'll determine exactly the cause of his death. At this point, I can tell you that the matter is still under active investigation.
Well, persons have been missing on Grand Bahama over the past year. Here's Rolls' advice for family members who are concerned about their missing loved ones, particularly since the recent turn of events.
I want to say to the public who may have reported loved ones missing, if you have any information as to where they may be, please come forward with your information. Visit CID, or you can call the office at 350-3106, or even call 911 or 919. Any information is important, and we'll be sure that it is checked out, because we want to find these persons to return them back to their loved ones.
When we come back, a rare condition leaving an 8 Mile Rock resident immobile. We share how you can help him win his fight against lymphedema. That story, sports, and more coming up in the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition continues.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery, fully loaded with everything you need. And extended hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with that. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
Hurricane season is here. Residents are asked to visit the Pine Ridge landfill to dispose of vegetative and household debris free of charge. Deliver your debris to the landfill weekdays between the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or on Saturdays 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
Celebrating Bahama's 50th independence with Coral Windows' first ever sale. Get 10% off all windows and door products. Hurry into a showroom today.
Did you know that as a small island, Grand Bahama is extremely vulnerable to the effects of global warming? It's never too late to start practicing water conservation and to minimize your contribution to climate change by reducing your carbon footprint. Earth is our home, and there's only one, so let's take good care of it.
Chances we're the one you can trust. Oh yeah, better than the rest. We already passed the test. Cause chances we're the one you can trust. We make sure when you win, we pay you right away. No piece of money and no need to come back another day. Make sure when you win, you get all your money one time. That's how we do it. You leave with every dime. Cause chances is the one you can trust.
Chances reminds you to game responsibly.
If you're a bystander and you witness a vehicle accident involving a passenger, a power pole, and a downed power line, do not approach the accident scene. Stay in your car and call 919 for emergency medical assistance. Then call GB Power at 352-8411 so that they can disconnect the electricity from the accident site. Though persons may want to help, it's important to keep everyone away from the electrical equipment or from fallen wires. Rescue can only be attempted by a person trained to use special live line tools. If possible, talk to the passengers in the vehicle by yelling out. Encourage the passengers to avoid touching the car frame and not to move until help arrives. This message was brought to you by the Grand Bahama Power Company, reminding you that if it's down, it's dangerous.
Ice the coconut got this, cocoa skin driven madness, juiciness ice the back this, sweet like a sugar in a dripping like ice hot.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A young man from 8 Mile Rock is reaching out to the public for much-needed financial assistance to cover the costs of his medical treatment. Jeremy Roll is suffering from lymphedema in both legs, and the swelling has left him immobile. The medical intervention he urgently requires comes with a hefty price tag amounting to thousands of dollars. Tonight, in a heartfelt plea, Jeremy is appealing to anyone who is able to help him by contributing funds to support his surgery. We do warn that this story may be a bit too graphic for some of our viewers.
It started as two little hot spots, and I guess over the course of the years it began to grow. begin to grow, and this year it just kind of got out of hand.
Lymphedema is swelling due to buildup of lymph fluid in the body. For Jeremy, the swelling began in 2019.
And I went to see doctor about 3 weeks ago, and because of the size of the lymphedema, I was not able to fit in the vehicle, so I have to travel by ambulance. And the doctor came and see me right in the ambulance, and I was advised that because of the size of it, that no facilities here would be able to facilitate me.
He has obtained referral letters and connected with several doctors in the United States through virtual Zoom calls. Fortunately, after thorough research and consultation, Jeremy has found a facility in the U.S. that can provide the necessary treatment for his lymphedema. However, the road ahead presents a financial challenge.
Based on other doctors, what I've called so far, they've given me prices like $50,000. $30,000 down payment just to get admitted in the hospital. So that's what we're looking at.
Beyond his determination to regain mobility, Jeremy's eyes are set on returning to church so that he can reunite with the instrument he's passionate about playing, the drums.
I haven't been to church in a few years. I haven't played an instrument in a few years. And, I've been in this apartment a whole year. And then, you don't want the general public, because other than the lymphedema, my legs are deformed. And people tend to scorn you with just the deformity of the leg, so imagine seeing the lymphedema itself.
After months of confinement in his home, Jeremy Roll is making a heartfelt plea to anyone willing to lend a helping hand. He is urging individuals to find it in their hearts to assist him by contributing to his GoFundMe page.
I heard a statement, you haven't passed anything until you're dead. So you never know. I never thought I would have been in this situation. So that's why you have to be careful how you live generally with people. I've received a lot of help so far. Financially, people were jumping on, but I need more help. That's why I'm using this format to appeal to the community for a greater level of help.
And in other news, Grand Bahama residents were treated to a free pap smear screening, STI screening, free HIV rapid testing. The Grand Bahama Health Services Obstetrics and Gynecology Department hosting the screening while encouraging women to continue to be on top of such testing, which is why they are providing this free platform. They also provide HPV vaccinations.
HPV is human papilloma virus. It has been found to be the causative factor in over 90% of women with cervical cancer. HPV also is found in persons with cancers of the head and neck, penile, anal cancer, along with cancer of the vulva and the vagina. So there is a vaccine that is available here today for women between the ages, or persons between the ages of 11 to 45.
We just want to encourage all that are within the age group to come out, take advantage of the vaccination, and more specifically for the females in our community to take advantage of the free screening.
Well, tonight we continue to pay tribute to our dear sister, colleague, and friend, Divine Lady Vanessa Clark, who passed away on Friday, July 14th. We remember her smile, words of encouragement, and passion for broadcasting.
It's out of two little hard spots.
We do apologize for that. We will have that in a later newscast. And now it is time for our monthly health segment, Health is Wealth, sponsored by Lucayan Family Care and Concierge Limited.
Did you know that you're not alone? Many persons today are struggling with stress, anxiety, and depression, and do not know how to deal with it. In fact, Your mental health ultimately affects your physical health. Symptoms such as sleep disturbance, irritability, fatigue, headache, body aches, weight gain, and heart palpitations may be features of your mental health issues. You are not crazy. You're human. You're not meant to live in isolation and struggle in silence. Talk to someone today, whether it is a pastor, teacher, doctor, or friend. There must be someone you can trust to listen and give good guidance. Take steps today to improve your health. I'm Dr. Tiadra Johnson, and remember, your health is your wealth.
Your Monday Check on Sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Well, athletes from the 242 continuing to shine all over the world in basketball and swimming. But let's begin in track and field, where they did something real special this past weekend. Team Bahamas produced a total of 23 medals at the NACAC Under 18 and Under 23 Championships this past weekend in Costa Rica. The 242 won 7 gold medals. 2 of those was earned by Grand Dame and sprint talent Zion Shepherd, who helped secure both in the 4x1 mixed relay and 4x4 boys Under 18 relay, while also capturing a bronze in the Under 18 boys 400 meters. Another Grand Bahama, Shatalia Dawson, competed in the girls 100 and 200 meters, managed to make the finals but finished 5th in a time of 11.74 seconds. Now Shatalia was able to secure 2 silver medals in the under 18 girls 4x4 and 4x1 relays. Also, Terrence Jones Jr. helped Team Bahamas under 23 boys 4x1 relay team to a 2nd place finish in a time of 39.59 seconds. Now the team is expected to return home this week. Sticking with track and field, Team Bahamas recently won 1st place at the NACAC age group under 13 and under 15 championships in the Dominican Republic.
It's all about the development of these athletes. I think it says that track and field is on the right path. The future is bright for Grand Bahama. The future is bright for the Bahamas. I think those guys been out there and they left it all on the field. They did that extremely well. Grand Bahama and the nation at large ought to be very, very proud of them as we hope to propel track and field to another level.
From the track to the pool, Lamar Taylor won his heat at the World Aquatic Swim Championships in Japan in a new personal best of 23.91 seconds in the 50-meter butterfly. While it was his fastest time ever in that event, his time was not fast enough to advance to the semifinals. And finally in sports, Jonquel Jones and the New York Liberty defeated the Indiana Fever 101-83 on Sunday to improve to 16-5 on the season, which is the 2nd best record in the league. Jones finished with a double-double of 18 points and 11 rebounds in the contest, where she shot 50% from the field and 50% from the three-point line in a little over 26 minutes of action. And that's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
New this month at Island Bedding and Furniture. 5- and 7-piece dining room sets. Gorgeous natural wood dining tables and bench sets in mango, acacia, or shisham wood. And your pick of additional chairs. All new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. For the bedroom, we're all about platforms, unbelievable prices, and no box spring required. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
Celebrating Bahamas' 50th independence with Coral Windows' first ever sale. Get 10% off all windows and door products. Hurry into a showroom today.
Under the patronage of Their Excellencies, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius Smith, ON, GCMG, and Lady Clara Smith, the Grand Bahama Independence Committee continues to celebrate the country's 50th anniversary of independence with Lift Every Voice and Sing concert. Sunday, July 30th, beginning at 5 p.m. at Jubilee Cathedral. Admission is free.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Canoe is your #1 solution to accepting digital payments at your events and for your small businesses. We provide QR codes that your guests can scan and instantly be sent to our payment portal. They can carry out instant payment digitally. Reach out to us at www.canoepays.com or on social media at CanoePays, and we'll help you have the power to prosper.
Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Cock the termites former Salmus, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
So put me together, break me apart again. No doubt about
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Our Facebook friend of the day is our very own colleague over there at the Bahamas Tonight, LaDawn Davis, who recently celebrated her birthday. We hope you had a great one, and we thank you so much for your support. And tonight we will end the newscast with our tribute to our dear sister, colleague, and friend, Vanessa Clark, who passed away on Friday, July 14th. And as we remember her smile, words of encouragement, and passion for broadcasting, I say she would have it no other way.
She's no stranger to winning awards and is known for her divine work in the music industry.
my cause, oh Lord, my God. Lead my cause, oh
Tuesday, July 25th at 8 p.m., the discussion continues on the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill.
That amendment seeks to, inter alia, remove from the law the spousal exemption from prosecution for the rape of their spouses.
This is not to take away anything. All it is making it equal on both sides.
Do we have anything inside this amended act for innocent men?
Get the facts, listen to the views, and find out how changes may affect you. Tune into the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development's Consultative Forum on the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill and the Protection Against Violence Bill. That's Tuesday at 8 p.m. on the ZNS. You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, the opposition takes to the streets. Embattled MP's new trial date, a critical step in parliamentary excellence, and in sports, bodybuilders flex at Nationals. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. 2 protests, 2 different causes, 1 venue. The Free National Movement's top brass, along with a few of its supporters, taking to Rawson Square today, where they sought to up the ante on calls for the Minister of Labor and Immigration's resignation. And this in the face of what the group deems a serious mishandling of recent immigration matters. On the opposing end, a group of Progressive Liberal Party supporters who took their case against a sitting FNM MP to the streets. For the story, we go now to our Carla Palmer.
Though small in numbers, their chants were loud as Free National Movement demonstrators echoed a familiar refrain.
Keep down, gotta go. Keep down, gotta go.
And for those who could not hear the goings-on, they could read the placards, all varying methods, still calling for the same end goal.
Keep down, gotta go. Keep down, gotta go.
Just parallel to the FNM demonstrators were even fewer Progressive Liberal Party supporters, both groups demonstrating peacefully. Opposition leader Michael Pintard repeated calls for Immigration and Labor Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell, to resign his post for conferring citizenship to members of a Haitian family in a church, as opposed to the official and traditional method of an office space, and for reportedly superseding immigration officials in having dozens of Chinese nationals apprehended for working illegally released. Today, Pintard says the issue is too important to let it die.
One of the questions we wish to ask once again is what else are we not aware of that this government has been doing in secrecy? Mr. Bell, as well as members of his cabinet, they have effectively created a credibility problem for this government.
In the midst of Pintard's speech, however, came this, a PLP motorcade that stopped right in the middle of Rawson Square. The police moving quickly to clear the area. By this time, Minister Keith Bell was outside the House of Assembly greeting his supporters. Minister Bell declined comment, saying he would address the issue from the halls of Parliament on Wednesday. 2 Bahamians, though, stating their positions, Monique Seymour and Daniel Thompson.
Country come first before an MP. MP comes and MP goes. But you have to remember, you have to stand up from the people of the Bahamas. I am from the great constituency of Bamboo Town, the big bamboo. And let me tell you something, I am here standing up for the Bahamian people, not party.
Take the baby, in Bahamian parlance, out of your eyes. Adrian Gibson is a national disgrace engaged in illegality that is before the court. They ought to deal with that rather than come in here to deal with speculation. What has been illegal, what he has done? He has simply given advice and followed directives. What is illegal? Nothing.
With both parties holding steadfast to their position, it's just a matter of wait and see what the outcome will be. In Rawson Square for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Meantime, the government could be facing legal action after what Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain claims is its incompetence, corruption, and missteps, namely those of Immigration Minister the Honorable Keith Bell. Now, Bain's demanding Bell's firing or immediate resignation following an acknowledgement that his intervention led to the release of 65 Chinese nationals who had been apprehended and were said to have been working illegally at the British Colonial Hotel in January. In late June, the minister conferred citizenship to a mother and her 2 children at a funeral after he said a man who was a naturalized Bahamian requested the swearing-in happen in his presence.
And so, as the Coalition of Independents, we are going to stand up against this. And if we have to take this to the highest court in the land, to the Privy Council, we will do so. But the minister will no longer be allowed to bully the workers at immigration and to act like he is a law unto himself.
Bain says the coalition is already seeking legal advice. Further, he's calling for Deputy Prime Minister the Honourable Chester Cooper to explain his role after it was reported that officials at the British Colonial contacted him after the initial immigration raid. Now, Bale also claims that based on a senior immigration official's report, after the Chinese nationals were ordered released, only 3 had documentation. But there is no record of the other 62 ever entering the country, suggesting they could be victims of human trafficking, posing more problems for the Bahamas.
We have had several complaints of government ministers up to this time. Now we have staff at the Department of Immigration who are complaining about the actions of the minister who is responsible for their ministry. This cannot happen. This cannot continue to happen in this country.
Meantime, Immigration Minister the Honourable Keith Bell has indicated that any irregularities found at the British Colonial Hotel could and were expeditiously cured by the employer with respect to matters of immigration. He's also noted last week that he will thoroughly answer all the opposition leaders' questions on Wednesday in the House of Assembly to put this matter to rest once and for all. While inside the halls of Parliament, House members debated and passed a resolution that officially opens the door to the Bahamas joining the Inter-Parliamentary Union, one of the oldest multilateral organizations in the world. Leading the debate, Member of Parliament for Golden Gates, the Honourable Pierre Glover-Roll, said the IPU's objectives are consistent with those held by the local parliament.
Joining the IPU will enable all Bahamian parliamentarians and the parliament itself to connect with and learn from parliaments and parliamentarians from 179 jurisdictions. The Bahamas will become part of an expansive network of parliaments who work together to strengthen the institution of their individual parliaments through access to information and expertise, as well as a network of parliamentarians through which a mutual exchange of knowledge can flow. IPU meetings will also provide a forum for our nation to advance its agenda on the world stage.
Another plus is the IPU's focus on 2 underrepresented but huge voting blocs, the youth and women.
We don't always talk about the nasty attacks that are aimed our way. To be a politician in the Bahamas generally means that you will constantly be exposed to baseless rumors about yourself and, in instances, your loved ones. Your skin must be very, very thick and your shoulders extremely broad to survive the constant barrage of attacks. For women parliamentarians, these attacks can often be more frequent and focus on even more relevant and disgusting topics. Through working with IPU, we can take steps towards addressing this issue and many others. There are young women out there who are counting on us to create a better Bahamas for them as they aspire to serve the Bahamian people as the next wave of political leaders.
Now, the resolution getting the full backing of the opposition as declared by its leader, Michael Pintard, and reiterated by Killarney MP, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, who used his contribution to again call for a new and modern parliament, a project he believes would only further enhance downtown's revitalization.
Two of these buildings date to the beginning of the 19th century. The building of one started in the late 18th century. The limitations of these old buildings hamper the functioning of Parliament. There's inadequate space for members and the staff of Parliament. And just so the public would understand, to have just a slight insight as to the conditions here at Parliament, I would only briefly in 2 sentences talk about the bathroom. There's only one urinal facility, so if one individual is in, then others must wait in line or go and utilize the services of the bank or other adjoining businesses.
Well, there is consensus a new parliament is needed.
A team has been assembled, an interdisciplinary team for the design of a new parliament. And that team has been working, traveling to different locations, looking at various other parliaments so that they could be informed by some of the best practices in the design of the National Parliament of the Bahamas.
New developments in the Adrian Gibson court case. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you're trying to accomplish. We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Just when Leo was about to buy this useless pair of Hands underwear, he remembered that it was Tuesday. Hungry for deals? You better come satisfy it at KFC before doing something crazy. Crazy Tuesdays! 5 juicy, mouth-watering pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Crazy Tuesdays! A finger-licking good deal.
Couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
What was supposed to be a routine repatriation exercise anything but, as soon after an aircraft taxied from a gate at the Lyndon Pinling International Airport, it abruptly returned due to complications with one of the female passengers. Medical assistance was rendered with backup from a doctor's hospital emergency medical team. Unfortunately, the female died after 9 this morning. Both the police and the Haitian embassy have since been advised. Now, as for the added details of the repatriation exercise itself, our Lloyd Allen picks up the story from there.
The Bahamas is forbidden, strictly. And those we invited to come here legally.
More than 275 foreign nationals were a part of a massive deportation exercise conducted by the Immigration Department along with Defense Force officials. Early Monday morning, ZNS News arrived into the department's detention center where that exercise was being conducted.
During the wee hours Monday, a team of officers loading those migrants onto several buses headed for the Lyndon Pindling International Airport, with a jet in waiting for the 1 hour, 40-minute flight to Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Assistant Director of the Department, Chief Immigration Officer Rudolph Ferguson, says there were 2 flights arranged, one at 7 a.m., the other at noon.
We have 143 migrants on this particular first flight this morning, 62 males, 60 females, 12 male children, and 9 female children.
Ferguson also detailing the protocol for deportation, where in this case, these migrants were all apprehended in Bahamian waters by Defense Force and the U.S. Coast Guard.
Once they came in Nassau, we did a medical screening of them to ensure that there were no communicable disease. While that was being processed, we were already in the process of making plans to repatriate them. Now, the thing is that we have to get clearances from the Haitian authorities. Once that has been accomplished, as you see, the operation is going on this morning.
Unable to provide an exact cost for the exercise, Ferguson lauding the support of his team, but notes that the department is in need of additional resources.
Certainly our partners from the Bahamas Police Force, BDOC, the Department of Correction and Immigration, we collaborate, okay? As you are aware, immigration does not have all the equipment that we need.
He says officers will continue to exercise their mandate of border protection and the management of foreign nationals while in country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In other news this evening, a new trial date set in the corruption trial of Long Island MP Adrian Gibson and his 5 co-accused. However, we can't say when the trial will begin, as presiding Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson has placed a gag order on the media relating to the date when the matter will get underway. The newest member of Adrian Gibson's legal team, attorney Damian Gomez, KC, requested the gag order, reasoning that it was necessary to sanitize the environment where the trial is being held. He added that Monday's protests in Parliament Square that spilled over into Bank Lane and surfaced on social media potentially impacted his client. Justice Grant Thompson also expressed concern about whether the defendants could have a fair trial, noting that some of the jurors had stepped outside the court for coffee and may have been exposed to some of the events in Parliament Square. As a result, she said the trial would not proceed. Attorney Gomez also asked for adjournment, noting that he needed a month to go through all the evidence, and the court agreed. Gibson is accused of gaining a financial advantage of over $1 million while he served as executive chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation. He allegedly laundered the money by buying property and vehicles, while his 5 co-defendants are accused of aiding him in the scheme. Allegations they all deny. Intense investigations underway into what shaped up to be another bloody weekend. The first incident taking place after midnight on Saturday while 2 men were standing in a yard on Spence Street, Mason's Addition, when another 2 men with high-powered weapons emerged from a nearby track road and opened fire. The 29-year-old male victim, whom police say was electronically monitored, was chased by the suspects, shot multiple times about the body, and collapsed into a nearby yard. He died a short time later in hospital. The other victim, a 23-year-old man shot in both legs, also succumbed to those injuries. Meantime, police are still trying to figure out why 2 men, ages 33 years old, was shot in broad daylight Saturday afternoon. Officers at the time were responding to reports of gunshots being fired in the area of Woodlawn Gardens when they noticed a man in distress. The victim had multiple gunshot injuries about the body. He was escorted to the Princess Margaret Hospital. A second victim was also taken to hospital, and at last report, both men were being medically monitored. Police issuing a strong appeal for anyone with information on these matters to call 911-919, the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991 through 3, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Police also issuing several all-point bulletins for several suspects they want to question. Altavis Munnings joins us in the newsroom with the details. Good evening, Altavis.
Good evening, Mukushla, and good evening, Bahamas. All points bulletins issued by the Royal Bahamas Police Force on Monday for a Bahamian whose last known address is in the United States, 2 residents of Exuma, and a man police need your help identifying. All of them wanted for major criminal offenses. Let's take a look. Detectives were only able to issue a sketch of this man they want to question for rape. No name, address, or date of birth was released. The only characteristics provided is that he stands between 5'5" and 5 feet 8 inches tall, has a dark brown complexion, and slim build. The Anti-Gang and Firearms Investigation Task Force wants to question 29-year-old Ryan Neely for importation of firearms. His last known address, Delray Beach, Florida. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall with a dark brown complexion. Meantime, Drug Enforcement Unit officers are searching for 3 men for conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. 49-year-old Cronine Nixon, also known as Polo, of Hoopers and Hearts, Exuma, has a dark brown complexion, thick build, and stands between 5 feet 7 and 5 feet 10 inches tall. 41-year-old Farmers Hill, Exuma resident Sheldon Johnson, whose alias is Pac-Man, also stands between 5 feet 7 and 5 feet 10 inches tall with a dark brown complexion, and he has an average build. The third man wanted by DEU is 45-year-old Darrell Bartlett of Westridge here in New Providence. He has the same height with a light complexion and medium build. And then take a closer look at this picture on your screen. Police need your help locating 29-year-old Michael Turnquest. The Kenilworth Street resident, that's off Mount Royal Avenue, was last seen on Tuesday, June 29th, in the Carmichael Road area. He stands at 5 feet 7 inches tall with a dark brown complexion and slim build. If you can assist police locate any of these individuals, please contact 911-919, the Criminal Investigation Department. The number there is 502-9991 through 3, or you can also call Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Reporting in the newsroom for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings. Back to you, Mukushla.
Well, thanks, Altavis. Another serious loss to the country. Royal Bahamas Police Force Commissioner Clayton Fernanda today confirming the death of former Commissioner Paul Farquharson. Farquharson was appointed the 4th Commissioner of Police in an independent Bahamas on November 21st, 2001, until his retirement March 16th, 2009, having served as a dedicated police officer for some 42 years. Commissioner Clayton Fernanda reminiscing on Farquharson's community policing initiatives, improving its image and transformation into an intelligence-led policing organization. Foreign Affairs and Public Services Minister, the Honorable Frederick Mitchell, remembering the former chairman of the Rehabilitation Offenders Committee as a policeman's policeman and his contribution as Bahamas High Commissioner in London. Opposition leader Michael Pintard describing him as a remarkable individual who left an indelible mark on the nation he served with dedication and distinction. Member of Parliament for Golden Gates, the Honorable Pia Glover Roll, also paid tribute to her good friend in the House of Assembly this morning.
He supported and led our Golden Gates expungement program, and he also was a consistent monthly contributor to a number of our programs in Golden Gates, in particular our feeding program. You could mark your calendar by him showing up every month with his contribution. And just a few days ago when we spoke, he, as he always does, continued to tell me how proud he was of me, how happy he was that I was his MP. And we would speak about family, community events.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
2 years ago, we started bilateral conversations with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And since then, we've advanced to an MOU for cooperation in tourism, investments in aviation. And today, we executed an agreement for a loan on very favorable terms to support the Tourism Development Corporation through the build-out of incubation centers across the islands of the Bahamas, in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and Exuma. This is an opportunity for us to continue economic growth, prosperity, and really to support Bahamian entrepreneurs. It was important for us really to look at this as an opportunity for the empowerment of women, the empowerment of our citizens in family islands, and to create new opportunities and experiences for our tourists. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we will have new incubation centers. We will have some more funding for small business development. We'll have support for tourism, its various experiences, and the overall experience of our guests. We want to be able to create an incubation center to support entrepreneurship. We want to be able to advance tech tourism, working in harmony with tourism as we've known it for decades, very vibrant. But now we want to add another component. And by doing so, we're going to be able to attract what we call digital nomads, as well as we have solidified our relationship with Saudi Arabia in a tangible way. We expect this relationship to continue and to be very fruitful. And we are delighted with the events today that this is the beginning, only the beginning of greater things to come.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Agape Church cordially invites you to attend an evening of elegance at the retirement banquet for Bishop Helen McPhee, Senior Pastor of Agape Church. The event will be held at the Atlantis Grand Ballroom on Friday, August 25th. Cocktail reception at 7 p.m. Dinner is served at 8 p.m. Tickets are $275 and can be purchased at the Agape Church office. For more information, call 328-6937.
When we started Storm Frame Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the Out Islands.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Yeah, tell them the name they say is running the game.
It's time to attend the Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic game. Nightly at the Hope Center, Monday, July 24 to Friday, July 28. Then join us for our family night on Sunday, July 30th, 5 p.m. until at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Featuring all our championship games. King and his gang. The Mr. Shipman 3-point shootout. The IHOP Slam Dunk Contest. And the game between the clergy versus the politicians.
It's gonna be epic.
Taking the game's mine.
Sponsored by Radio House Outreach. This event is powered by the Bryce Newbold Foundation. Peace on the Streets 2023.
Young participants of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's summer camp got a special visit today from Minister the Honorable Mario Bolag. Minister Bolag and his team toured 9 summer camps throughout the capital.
Well, every summer, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture has its various summer camps. But this year we've been trying some things new because we want to make sure that we do have these initiatives done all year round, which we try to do some safe havens for our young people to be able to learn the necessary skills of life that will empower them and make them employable.
The goal for this year's summer program to build more productive citizens by teaching participants life skills.
Kids need something to do outside of sports on the after-school activities that would also help enhance their life and well-being.
Okay, can we expect this initiative on other islands as well?
Yes, right now presently it's in Eleuthera, Andros, Grand Bahama, and so we are definitely looking forward to moving in Cat Island, Exuma, where we hope to open our office, the ministry's office there soon. So as we continue to expand through the Family Islands, wherever we have office, some initiatives are taking place.
The Bahamas and St. Lucia continuing their technical exchange as part of the Bahamas Pine Islands project. 11 St. Lucians are joining Bahamian artisans in a week-long sustainable exchange initiative hosted at BAIC's Soldier Road headquarters. During the exchange, Director of the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, Rihanna Neely, says participants will learn how the Bahamas use its natural resources, one of them being the silvertop palm, also showing St. Lucians how to dye the palm.
It's very important to do these kinds of exchanges because when we think about environmental protection, a lot of times people think about things being taken away from them. And I think that this technical exchange is a very good opportunity to show how our natural resources can be used to help our economy and to put money in people's pockets and to build skills among people in our communities.
Minister of Environment and Natural Resources, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, joined participants during the brief opening ceremony, an event he says comes after Bahamians participated in an exchange in St. Lucia back in March.
They've invited me to return on Thursday because one of the things they did in St. Lucia was they had a wine making session. And so apparently I learned something new today, that our silvertop palm that they're going to be, from the silvertop palm seeds, they're going to be making wine from the seeds. And so I intend to come, not to taste, just to look at it, to see it, and watch Dr. Neely and others taste and sample it. So I expect this to be a learning experience.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
That's what I'm talking about. Give me my things. Triple P, move over to my lucky seat, boy, because I'm trying to hit one of these jackpots so I can plan my retirement.
Retirement? Girl, you straight. Just the island game. And Percy's pension plan is back.
What you talking about? How NI be good? Ain't gonna be no pension for none of we.
Now, listen, this Percy's pension plan, what I talking about, all you gotta do, put $20 on your account, and you enter to win one of 13 different pension plans.
What?
Up to $1,000 a week for a year. What? And you can win more than one, you know.
Oh, well, thank you, Island Game, because I know one of them pension is mine. Now get out of my chair. While you up, give me that $20 so I can put on my account. Thank you. You owe me this long enough.
The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers. It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Serving you low prices? That's the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Devon corned beef, 12 ounce, 2 for $5.38. So cheesy macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 99 cents. Source mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $5.99. Green peppers, $1.89 per pound. Whole chickens, $1.99 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Are you dreaming of the perfect summer getaway? Apply for a debt consolidation or personal loan to win an airline ticket to Paris, Miami, or New York. Win up to $2,500 in cash and more. For details, call 356-7764 for Nassau, 602-6811 for Freeport, 823-4374 for Abaco.
Fidelity.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Eleuthera police investigating a traffic fatality on that island. Police confirming that a 23-year-old male resident of Deep Creek was discovered lying in the road in the urban renewal area of the Green Castle settlement sometime after 3 this morning. He sustained severe injuries, including abrasions to the face. The victim was airlifted to the capital. Unfortunately, he died. An investigation into the matter continues. Meantime, police are still looking into the circumstances surrounding an alleged drowning over in Harbor Island last evening. Officers were summoned to a local resort on Colbrook Street following information that a male was found submerged at the bottom of an 8-foot pool. Now, the victim, a Haitian national and an employee of the resort, was retrieved. Local medical technicians administered CPR but were unable to resuscitate him. Foul play is not suspected at this time. Well, now time for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We have patchy clouds outside of our studios. Temperature's not too bad at 87 degrees. The relative humidity is 70%. We have easterly winds at 6 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,020.1 millibars. That is 30.12 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 89 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Toll Key and Abaco, Marsh, Abaco at 88 degrees. The Berry Islands, 87. Allenstown, Bimini also at 87 degrees. 86 in Harbor Island. Rockstown, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, Kemps Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek and Central Andros, all at 87 degrees. Now we're picking up some 88s in Allenstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, Georgetown, Exuma, 87 degrees. 86 in Regatta Island, Clarence-Town, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Acklands, Matchetown, Inagua, the warm spot at 89 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86. Boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwest and Central Islands tonight through tomorrow, that easterly flow will continue. Speeds 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. Now, tide-wise, it will be low at 7:16 this evening. You can expect another low tide at 7:33 tomorrow morning. And for the southeast Bahamas through Tuesday, easterly winds. The only difference, the winds are a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots, so we keep some caution flags in place for the southeast Bahamas through Tuesday. And as we head into the middle of the week, Wednesday, the winds become northeast because of the arrival of a tropical wave. Speeds around 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. The low tide on Wednesday will take place at 8:19 in the morning, with your high tide at 2:48 in the afternoon. For the central Bahamas, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And in the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday, southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots, and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet, maintaining that caution flag. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Bahamians are rediscovering Grand Bahama through immersive staycation experiences at Lighthouse Point Grand Lucayan. Pamper yourself at our Senses Spa or savor exotic cocktails by the sea. Unwind and enjoy serenity, 18 holes of golf, fine dining, romance, business conventions and meetings, grand outdoor events. For Bahamas resident rates at Lighthouse Point, call 242-373-1333 or WhatsApp message 827-8195.
When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the Out Islands.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
You can find it all at Builders Mall. From cement, lumber, block, plumbing, and electrical, to paint, lights, vanities, and tiles. Not to mention all the tools you could possibly need to get the job done. Say if you're starting a major project, adding the finishing touches, or just doing some repair or rental work around the house. FYP, the Paint Center, and Tile King can help. Stop by or call 601-8453. Located 69 Wolf Road, Nassau. You can find it all at Builders Mall. Building, painting, and tiling, the Bahamas.
Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. March on to glory, your bright banners waving high. See how the world marks the manner of your bearing? Pledge to excel through love and unity. Pressing onward, march together to a common, loftier goal. Steady sunward, though the weather eyed the wide and treacherous shoal. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland, till the road you've trod lead unto your God. March on, Bahamaland.
Now that the 50th anniversary of independence celebrations have come to an end, it's time to get back to work. We here at the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority wasted no time in mobilizing and executing our duties in keeping our thoroughfares clean for the enjoyment of all. With all the festivities that took place over the holiday weekend, it's easy to lose track. But we kept our eyes on the goal and our minds on the mission at hand. From the beaches to the thoroughfares, our objectives are clear. A cleaner Bahamas for all.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Monday. I'm Marcellus Hall. Well, Saturday night it was time for the country's top bodybuilders and newcomers to the sport to take to the stage as they look to battle it out for top honors at the premier local bodybuilding show of the year. Let's take a closer look and see how it all went down. Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation Nationals taking place on Saturday night at UB Auditorium. 50 athletes competing in the 9 categories. Men's physique was one of the most heavily contested, with 17 competitors vying for the crown. Men's open bodybuilding also turned out to be exciting as well, with Stephen Robinson winning most muscular and posing category. And in the women's open bikini and another well-contested event, along with women's figure, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, was in attendance. Bodybuilding President Joel Stubbs pleased at the turnout.
Of course, you can see by the audience, it was a great turnout. A lot of persons came for the very first time to compete here, and it pretty much speaks volume to our sport. It's really growing. A lot of development is still ongoing, and so we're grateful for that. A lot of our veteran athletes also returned to the stage, as we can see tonight as well. And of course, we're happy to have the pros in our midst, of course, giving the audience a good view as they grace the stage.
With the Nationals now behind them, Stubbs says the next focus will be to put the national team together for international competition.
We're now moving, I guess, in the next few days to choose Team Bahamas 2023 that will represent us at the Aruba Central American Bodybuilding Championship Classics. And so we're anticipating maybe a 10 to 12 member team is what I see tonight. And of course, it's going to be great.
Meanwhile, they moved into the final day of play at the Babe Ruth Caribbean Championships this afternoon. Team Bahamas failing to make their way into the championship games in the 12U division. However, very much alive in 16U as they faced off against Puerto Rico earlier this morning, looking to advance to the championship game. This one not without controversy, as with the Bahamas trailing 4-1 in the 4th inning. Manager Greg Burrows Jr. ejected from the contest after disagreeing with a ruling by the umpire on the field. This would lead to more than a 45-minute delay before play would finally resume. Chief Umpire Andrew Burrows explained the ruling to continue play.
And after discussing and having a meeting with my umpires and the directors of the league, we have come to the conclusion for the good of the sports that from here on in, no band will be wearing, no sliding glove, and that will be it. That was the conference. So a protest against the ban on the head, saying it's been a distraction. So we eliminate that now, and we'll go forward from here.
Now the Bahamas would have their chances after play got started once again to make a comeback, but they would fall just short. Final score ends up being 6-5. Puerto Rico advancing to the championship game. They'll play Aruba. All right, so there you have it. Again, that championship game should be ready to start in just a few minutes. We'll give you details on that coming up for you first thing tomorrow. That's your check on sports. Don't move. We got a look at the weather coming up.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Agape Church cordially invites you to attend an evening of elegance at the retirement banquet for Bishop Helen McPhee, Senior Pastor of Agape Church. The event will be held at the Atlantis Grand Ballroom on Friday, August 25th. Cocktail reception at 7 p.m. Dinner is served at 8 p.m. Tickets are $275 and can be purchased at the Agape Church office. For more information, call 328-6937.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up for your right.
At Cartwright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Cartwright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Cartwright, where membership truly has its privileges.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Tuesday, July 25th at 8 p.m., the discussion continues on the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill.
That amendment seeks to, inter alia, remove from the law the spousal exemption from prosecution for the rape of their spouses.
This is not to take away anything. All it is making it equal on both sides.
Do we have anything inside this amended act for innocent men?
Get the facts, listen to the views, and find out how changes may affect you. Tune into the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development's Consultative Forum on the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill and the Protection Against Violence Bill. That's Tuesday at 8 p.m. on the ZNS. Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we'll get you started in the tropic, and we have two areas that we're looking at in the tropics. The first one is an area of low-pressure trough several hundred miles to the east of the Bahamas. This one, we anticipate that over time, it will have a marginal chance of developing, and as it moves towards the northwest and towards the southeastern United States over the next few days. And then there's a strong tropical wave several hundred miles to the east of the Lesser Antilles. We're giving this a 20% chance of some sort of slow development over the next couple of days. But whether it develops or not, what we are certain of is that it will spread heavy showers, thunderstorms, and strong gusty winds across the Lesser Antilles beginning tonight, and that will continue through much of tomorrow before it moves into the Caribbean Sea. And then tonight, partly cloudy conditions, still very warm, 82 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow, we anticipate some isolated thunderstorms. They're going to be widely separated, particularly during the morning hours. Otherwise, mixed bag of cloud and sunshine tomorrow. Temperature-wise, 89 degrees, so we're kind of keeping you just below the 90-degree mark, but still, when you factor in the relative humidity, your heat index, that's still going to be in the triple digits. We're looking at about 102 degrees once again tomorrow. Extended weather forecast, those pockets of isolated thunderstorms will continue right into Wednesday. Things improve as we head into Thursday, returning with those isolated thunderstorms again on Friday. But as we head into the weekend, we're looking at lots of sunshine in the forecast, and we're going to get those temperatures rising back up into the 90s as we also head into the weekend. Makisha.
Well, thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching, and good night.
Celebrate with a grateful nation. This son of the soil, a great Bahamian, a living legend and national hero, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis. Cat Islanders from throughout the archipelago will converge in beautiful Cat Island, August 2nd through 6th for the annual Cat Island Regatta, incorporating a national event honoring the Prime Minister, Philip Brave Davis. Only ZNS will have live coverage of this series of historic events. You won't want to miss History in the Making here on the ZNS Network.